Amid the stunning work done on video game animations year in and year out, it's easy to ignore the incidental animations. These are the small flourishes and detail that occur naturally during gameplay that can be hard to miss. They play a part in making the game feel that much more real and immersive. Let's take a look at 10 of the best incidental animations in video games. The Division. Door closing. When The Division was first revealed to the world, it was completely different from what ended up being released. The brutal survival-based title with PvP that could seemingly happen anywhere gave way to a looter shooter with more cover-based gameplay. That wasn't all bad. The transition resulted in one of the biggest new IP launches of the generation, next to Bungie's Destiny. However, before launch, fans expected one detail to carry over into the final game: the animation of your agents dynamically closing a car's door. As one moved in cover, any open car door they passed by would be closed by the player character. They simply reached out and nonchalantly shut it. Thankfully, this little bit of detail didn't just make the jump to full release. Ubisoft Massive even tracked the number of car doors closed during the beta and also added an achievement for it in the final game. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Chest opening. Speaking of subtle details, Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild was chock full of them. The breadth of the open world and how organic it felt, experimenting with different powers and animation canceling in both shrines and in the wide outdoors to hilarious results. Shield hop canceling opens up a whole world of possibilities. It's still a blast to this day. Some of the cooler details are those which remain incidental to our hero though. This includes Link's various ways of opening a chest. If one interacted with a chest normally, Link would kneel down and open it. Do so from the side and Link would kick it slightly, but open it from the side while barefoot and he'll kick it only to recoil in pain, because of course he would. For some odd reason, kneeling from the side results in Link punching the chest to open it, with his hand also being hurt. Half-Life: Gordon and the Snark. As one of the aliens in Half-Life and its remake Black Mesa, the Snark could be rather annoying to deal with due to their size and swiftness. Gordon can also wield them and will lay them down on the ground to run toward their foes as opposed to tossing them like regular grenades. But the interactions from simply holding the Snark are golden. In Half-Life, Gordon would attempt to touch the Snark before it tried biting him. He recoils his hand, thinking better of it. The HD version has the same animation, along with one where the Snark squirms angrily. Black Mesa is the best, however. Gordon experiences the same hesitation in petting the Snark as it seemingly tries to bite him. However, at one point he finally does it, slightly scratching it on the side of the face. That would be cute, except there's another animation with Gordon threatening to punch the Snark and the latter cowering in fear. Overwatch: Various animations. Overwatch has always been lauded for its ability to convey character through the use of first-person animations, gestures, and voice lines. Incidental animations play no small part of this. They can be subtle, like when you're playing as Junkrat and the various parts of his grenade launcher shake when moving around, to say nothing of the detailed reload animations. It can be Lucio's sonic amplifier with its soundbars constantly moving and the act of physically ejecting and twirling ammo before loading it in, while shifting between speed and healing like a DJ. But the best example is perhaps Zenyatta, who attacks foes with his Orb of Destruction. Zenyatta will fling orbs at foes, changing his hand movement with each swing from open palm to closed fist. Charging up the attack for a long time will see him physically strain under the power before unleashing it all in one go. Metro Last Light: Weapon Firing Animations. Artyom can mess around with his weapons in some weird ways in Metro Last Light, especially when left idle. This includes shifting the gun from hand to hand and even tossing it high up in the air, expecting it to come down, and looking up expectantly to catch it. But observing the simple working of each weapon is equally enticing. The pressure gauge on the Takar changes as your ammo count decreases. The circular component of the Hell Breath will slightly shift in place when firing. Even the Bastard's magazine shifting from left to right as it runs out of bullets in full auto mode is a sight to behold. Dishonored: Blade Deployment. The best stealth games always do a great job of reminding you that you're playing as a badass. Case in point, Corvo Attano from Dishonored. Though portrayed as the honorable bodyguard of the Empress Jessamine, Corvo is an extremely capable and lethal killer. You'll see it in various ways, but even the act of folding and deploying his blade, holding it in reverse when readied, looks cool. Uncharted 2: Nathan's platforming and running. Naughty Dog has always been a stickler for details in games, from texture, quality, and environment design to animation quality. However, as one admires the stellar work put into facial expressions and movement, there's a wealth of incidental animations to glean as well. Take a look at the Uncharted series. Protagonist Nathan Drake crashes, tumbles, and falls through a number of different obstacles, but his reactions are always fitting each. In Uncharted 2, if Drake lands on a floor that gives way, his balance is disrupted before falling through. He'll scamper along the ground, especially if unable to keep footing when a pursuing vehicle is exploding behind him. Heck, he'll even try to use the surrounding walls for support to keep his balance while running. Again, it's just one of the many things that makes the animation work stand out. Killing Floor 2, reload and firing animations. Tripwire's Killing Floor 2 has a fair bit of attention paid to bodies exploding and blood splashing everywhere, but there's a strong amount of polish on the guns themselves, from the reload animations, like quickly removing and replacing the magazine of a SCAR, to the actual firing animations. Firing the Kalashnikov AK-12 will see the barrel and chamber shake as the empty casings exit. By contrast, with the 9mm, the slide shifts back all the way, exposing the muzzle as each round is fired. Assassin's Creed Origins, Shaking Off Water. The best incidental animations can oftentimes be the simplest. In Assassin's Creed Origins, you'll see protagonist Bayek react to all kinds of things. Stay out in the hot sun for too long and eventually he'll walk around dazed, before his hallucinations manifest in the real world. Walk through a shallow body of water and Bayek will shake his feet, attempting to get any excess water out. He'll even shake his arms when quickly running through a puddle due to water splashing on him. Monster Hunter World, Palico Gadget Maintenance. You'd think that leaving your Palico alone in Monster Hunter World would result in them simply messing about with whatever gadget. However, depending on the gadget they have equipped, the Palico will interact with them in different ways. The Mulotov cocktail, for instance, will be spun until your cat is dizzy. It will inspect and blow into the choral orchestra to see if it's producing the right sound. You can even see it wield both components of the Palarang before combining and separating them again.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we are doing, please consider subscribing to our channel, and don't forget to switch on the bell notification icon. That way you will never miss out on any of our videos.